All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Thursday, February 9th, 2023. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I'm going pretty good. Not too bad.
I had a pretty good night last night in my picks. I went 6-2.
I went 5-3. I hit both my NHL last night. Then I went 2-for-1 in the NBA, and my college I struggled 1-2. Tennessee got beat by Vanderbilt. 10.5 point
Yeah,
favorite got upset by Vanderbilt.
yeah, I had that as well.
Creighton won. I had them, and I didn't do any good with Penn State. -4.5 against Wisconsin.
Only game I missed in the NBA was the Kings and Rockets. The Kings won, but like by 2 points.
Yeah, that's what I missed too.
But I had the other four games right. Cavs against the Pistons, Wizards over the Hornets, Celtics, 76ers, and the Pacers got beat, but they only lost by 5.
Yeah, I had Portland, and they won. And
Pacers had, I'll tell you what, Pacers had chances to win that game without Halliburton having a good game at all. So, I mean, we're right there. Our problem, here's the Pacers' problem. We're capable of beating anybody, but our margin of error is real slim. We can't make. What hurt us last night was turnovers in the second half. First half, we led the whole first half, led most of the third quarter, and then fell apart in the third quarter, ended up being down by 8 in the third quarter. Got within one like twice in that fourth quarter, but turnovers in the second half killed us. I think we ended up having like 19 turnovers, and like I want to say like 10 or 11 or 10 or 12 of them was in the second half. Most turnovers was in the second half. And Halliburton, like I said, in the fourth quarter, it only took 7 shots. We got to find a way to get him shots. There's no way that he should only be getting 7 shots in a game.
Yeah.
No way at all. All right. Well, hey, Dutch boy. Thanks for joining us. He made a comment, but it tells me that he's watching.
Hey, Dutch boy, doing all right?
Hey man, I've heard a lot of good reviews about the show last night.
Oh yeah,
A lot of people has got back with me and they really enjoyed the show last night. A lot of people said it might be the best interview that we've had.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times already.
All right, let's jump over. Basically, today's going to be mostly basketball again because tomorrow we'll talk NFL. Tomorrow we'll talk Super Bowl tomorrow. It's still 1.5. Philly's still a 1.5 point favorite. Nothing's really changed there, which is weird for a Super Bowl. Usually, you see the spread go up and down a little bit. You see some movement. You ain't see no movement. Almost 80% of the money's coming in on the Eagles. It's kind of weird to think that the Chiefs are underdogs like that. There it goes. Oh, FanDuel's been acting weird lately. All right, first game tonight, we have the Denver Nuggets at the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets are 6.5 point favorites. They're -235 on the money line. The Magic are +154 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 231.5. I like the Nuggets in this game at the -6.5. I know they're on the road. Magic have been struggling. There has been some trades. So the games tonight are going to be a little different because you're going to have some players that are not there.
Yep.
And some of these players that just got traded probably won't play tonight. So the NBA is going to be a little different tonight. But I do like the Nuggets at the -6.5. They're one of the top teams in the West until last night. Until last night about 1 a.m, I'd probably say they were the top team in the West. The Nuggets. I mean, you have the Grizzlies that are pretty good, but now with the Suns making that trade, if they can stay healthy, they're going to be tough to beat. I have worries that they're not going to stay healthy. Like I said, 4 out of the 5 guys have been pretty injury prone over the last few years, with Durant, T.J. Warren, and then of course Booker and Durant been hurt this year, and then of course Chris Paul. We know his injury history, and he's older. I think he's 38. He's getting ready to be 39 years old. So, and then you have DeAndre Ayton, he ain't really injury prone, but he don't always show up either. When he shows up, he's pretty good. But all in all, I'm kind of glad the Pacers didn't get him because the way Miles Turner's playing, I like Miles Turner better myself. Next game is the Bulls, Chicago Bulls at the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls was one of only two teams that didn't make no moves at the trade deadline. Throw that out there for our boy Mike Hughes.
Yeah, he's
a little upset.
He's thrilled.
The Nets traded away Durant, got 4 first round draft picks back. But they traded away Durant and Warren. They'd already lost Kyrie. They did pick up. I mean, they picked up some players. I had it wrote down somewhere who they picked up. They picked up in that trade. They got Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, 4 first round picks. But they've already traded Crowder to the Bucks. But Bridges is a good player. Johnson's a good player. They have some good players on that team, but they really don't have a star. I don't know who's really going to be their number one. Ben Simmons can't be your number one. The Bulls didn't make no moves, and they're a struggling team. I'm gonna go with the over the 225.5 in this game because neither one of these teams are known for their defense. So I'm gonna go with the over in this game. Next game, the Phoenix Suns at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 7-point favorites in this game, minus 270 on the money line. The Suns are plus 220 on the money line. Over-unders at 228.5. The Suns are underdogs in this game because Durant is still out with the injury. That's what's crazy to me. You gave up 4 first-round picks, 3 players, and then a pick swap for a guy that's injured. I know he's going to be coming back, but he's been injured a lot, it seems like, over the last 3 or 4 years. I think Booker's still out with the injury. They'll be getting both them guys back, but that's why the Suns are underdogs tonight, even though they made that big trade. The Hawks made a couple trades. This is a game. Also, I'm going to go with the over the 228.5. I think both these teams are going to score points. But I don't like. I favor the Hawks to win the game, but I don't like the 7 points. So I would favor the over in this game. And then the last game in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Bucks are 7-point favorites on the road, minus 295 on the money line. Lakers are plus 240 on the money line. Over-unders at 238.5. I like the Bucks here at the minus 7. They're the better basketball team. Lakers did make some trades. I don't know if the guys they traded for will be playing tonight or not. I would say they probably won't. They'll probably play next game, but you never know. Sometimes they try to get them in. But I like the Bucks at the minus 7. That's all the NBA games tonight. You only have 1, 2. Wrong button. So what? 4 games? Only 4 games. Do you have anything in the NBA?
Yeah, I've got a parlay for the NBA for tonight. I've got Denver at Orlando. I'm going to go under 231.5 in that game. Then I've got Chicago moneyline win at Brooklyn. And I've got Milwaukee and at the Lakers. They changed enough point spread on me, so I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna go with it because I had it down. I had it over 237.5. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to 238.5.
Is that all you have?
Yeah, for my NBA, I'll go ahead and do my NHL while you get ready for college.
Yeah.
Okay, my NHL for tonight, I have the Seattle Kraken at the New Jersey Devils. I'm gonna take the Devils moneyline win. I got the Edmonton Oilers moneyline win at Philly, and I got the Vegas Golden Knights moneyline win at Minnesota. I really like Vegas because you're getting Vegas at plus 100 on that money line.
So you're getting my even money, yeah.
So I like that, and then New Jersey's minus 135. And Edmonton's just a little bit more than that. So
right, that all in the hockey.
Yep, that's all for my hockey for tonight for my parlay.
All right. Give me just 1 second.
I'll go ahead and give my college
Okay,
basketball.
that's fine. I'm just trying. I'm trying to scroll down to find this other game.
For my college basketball parlay for tonight, I got Old Dominion money line win at Georgia State. Excuse me. I got James Madison money line win at Georgia Southern, and I got Appalachian State money line win at Louisiana Monroe.
All right. My picks for tonight: NBA. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets at the -6.5. Bulls and Brooklyn over the 228.5. Or was that 225? I think it was 228. I'll go back and look in just a second. But and the Milwaukee Bucks -7 over the Lakers. College basketball, like Purdue at the -8.5 against Iowa. Ohio State -4.5 at home against Northwestern, and Gonzaga -13.5 against San Francisco. That's going to be my 3 college games. Let me check. Let me check on that NBA real quick because I can't read my own damn handwriting. It's 225.5. That's what I thought it was. That's why I was like 228 didn't sound right. Yeah, 225.5. So my picks: Nuggets -6.5, Bulls and Brooklyn over 225.5, Bucks -7, college basketball Purdue -8.5, Ohio State at the -4.5, and Gonzaga at the -13.5. Is going to be my picks for tonight. My picks were 6-2 yesterday. That put me back over 500 for the year. That put me up to 88 and 87 on the year. Got off to a real good start there in January. Then toward the end of January, struggled a little bit. Then I've been doing pretty good this week so far. Had a lot of trades in the NBA, so that's really going to trade. I really think it's going to shake up the NBA some over the next few days once all these players get to their new teams and get playing and get used to playing. I think the Bucks got better by adding Jay Crowder. I think that was a real good move by them. I knew they had been really wanting them, and they were able to get that. The Pacers got Serge Ibaka out of that deal and George Hill. I've heard maybe that we might buy out George Hill and put him on waivers. But I think Ibaka is a great move, a great pickup for us because that's another big man that's a good big man to add down there in that lineup. That's one area we struggle. Rebounding and just being physical down low can be an area the Pacers struggle at. And then the other player they got, I think you said he averaged I don't think he played much for the Bucks. He averaged 6 points a game or something.
Nora. I don't know much about the Nora, but on the headlines they talk about them getting Nora and really don't mention.
See,
the other guys.
So I think Ibaka is a good pickup. I think the Warriors made some good moves, getting Gary Payton back. I do think that trading Wiseman. I understand why they traded him because he hadn't panned out, but it kind of sucks. You got second round picks back for a guy that you used a third or fourth overall pick on.
You ain't going like this. I just read. It appears that Ibaka will be waived.
They're going to waive Ibaka?
That's what it says.
Oh, see, I didn't think that.
It says from JMV, it appears that Serge Ibaka will be waived once trade is official. George Hill and Jordan Noir are here to stay in Indiana.
So that's not what I thought was going to happen. And from what I read earlier, that they acted like George Hill was going to be the one to get waived.
That was 31 minutes ago. So I mean,
And coming from JMV, some of you guys ain't gonna know, but JMV's he's been Indianapolis radio host for what 20-25 years.
Time,
I mean, so he's pretty connected with the Colts and the Pacers. I know I don't know which one. I was gonna say he might be even more connected with the Colts than the Pacers, but it's probably pretty close. But he's been around for a long time, so I mean,
he got a pretty good show.
Yeah, he's been in Indianapolis for a long time. Actually, it was Pat McAfee was talking about him yesterday on his show about the Colts coaching search because JMV had came out and said that Jeff Saturday was out of the coaching, was out of it, becoming the head coach. But in Rappaport said that he don't believe that he don't believe that he's out. He said he still thinks he has a chance, that he might not be the favorite anymore, but he still thinks that that Saturday's in the running.
Well, it definitely sounds like George Hill staying because he's going to be wearing number 3. since Turner was
Okay.
33. So
And
that was 3 minutes ago.
I guess he'd be a good bench player, but we have a lot of guards. That's why it don't make a whole lot of sense to me. I thought we'd keep the big guy, but hey, I guess that's why they get paid to make those decisions. We'll see how it works out, but that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Why we need another guard that bad? I mean, we have Hild, we have Halliburton. I mean, I guess we could use another point guard for when Halliburton's out, but how much is Hill going to give you? He's been around for a while. Don't get me wrong; he was a good player for the Pacers for years, and he done all right in the Bucks and the role he was there.
I guess the other guy that they got, I guess more of a 6'8", but I guess he's more of a small forward.
Okay, which I mean, we needed somebody at the forward position, so if he pans out,
and
be all right.
He's young. I mean,
yeah, Ibaka's not a young guy either, so I guess I kind of get that. I just think Ibaka could have helped you more, maybe this year and next year. But I guess you're building for the future.
Yep.
And this Super Bowl is going to be interesting. I have the Chiefs. I'm leaning toward the Chiefs. I'll give out my our official picks tomorrow.
Yep.
At 3:00 for Easy Money, a sports betting show. We'll get started closer to 3 tomorrow. Today with the NBA trade deadline ending at 3, we kind of went up to the deadline.
I got started kind of late too.
Yeah, got started a little bit late. Then we went up to the deadline, and then so we was on a little bit longer than normal. Actually, not on longer than normal, just later because we started late and with the deadline ending at 3. But we'll be closer to 3 tomorrow, and we'll give out all of our picks. We'll talk some of the prop bets for the Super Bowl as well. You got the Super Bowl MVP. You can bet on all kinds of stuff on the Super Bowl. I'll give out some of the prop bets I like for the Super Bowl tomorrow. Saturday night, we will be doing a watch along and live reaction for the big UFC Makachev versus Volkanovski. I'll put out what time. It's UFC 284. I'll put out what time. The main card starts at 10. Prelims start at 8. So we'll probably go around 8, but I'll make a graphic with the time and everything on it. I'm gonna try to do that tonight. Then on Monday at 6:30, we'll be bringing back our Gonzo Wrestling Room show. Monday at 6:30. What was the topics for Monday? I know you said Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, and then your top 3 favorite underrated wrestlers, people that never necessarily were the big stars. Not the Hogans or the Stone Colds or guys like that. People you thought that should have been that next level, or just favorite guys that you enjoyed, even though they wasn't the top card guys.
Yeah. All right. So yes, I'll be on Monday. On Tuesday at 5:00, we have a pro wrestler. Well, he's a pro wrestler. He's a promoter. He's also a trainer. Damian Michael Cole. He'll be joining us. He's going to talk a little bit about all of it. Talk a little bit about his wrestling experience, about the promotion, New Era, and then he's going to talk a little bit about the wrestling school, New Era Wrestling Academy, as well. So it should be an interesting interview. He's been in the business for, I want to say, like 15 to 20 years. I know he's been there a while, at least 15.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to 20.
He's been in the business for a long time. Real good guy. He's in a cool tag team. I like the 8-Bit Punks. Which I know Dutch Boy has his eye. He has his eye on Damian Michael Cole. So
yep, he does.
And I'm gonna make sure I mention that in case Damian didn't see the interview yesterday. But you got anything else?
No, I think we're good to go.
Wasn't a whole lot of games today. You had more college basketball games than anything. Like I said, NBA, you only had the 4 games tonight with the trade deadline. NFL, we don't have nothing until, of course, Sunday for the Super Bowl. I'll probably give out some picks either either on tomorrow's show, or I'm going to do a preview and prediction show for the UFC for my picks for Saturday night. We'll get information out about that. I usually do pretty good on my UFC picks. So I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually gonna get a hold of Pride. I know some of you guys know Pride. I'm gonna see if because me and him usually do those preview and prediction show together.
Yep.
And with his work schedule and just with stuff I've been having going on, we haven't got to do one for a while.
Yep.
We'll see if maybe he wants to jump on and do one maybe tomorrow evening or something. I don't think I have anything. Don't think we have anything tomorrow evening other than GSR tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. So But we appreciate everybody watching. My picks for today, yesterday's picks were 6-2. I'm 88 and 87 on the year. My picks for today are Nuggets -6.5, Bulls in Brooklyn over 225.5, Milwaukee Bucks -7 against the Lakers, and I'm going to take Purdue at the -8.5 at home against Iowa. Ohio State at home against Northwestern at the -4.5, and Gonzaga at home at the -13.5 against San Francisco. And I know Dad had you had a pretty good night last night. What did you say?
I was 5-3,
5-3,
2-0 in my NHL because there was only 2 games yesterday. So,
but we appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back live tomorrow at 3:00. Like I said, we'll have our Super Bowl picks, UFC picks, all that stuff. So join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. We'll see you guys tomorrow.